I'd jump on and give you a few ideas on what you can do with your hair in self-isolation. I'm sure everyone's got extra time on their hands, so what better way to learn a couple of different styling techniques. So on this side of my hair today, I thought I'd do like a classic wave to show you all how to do that. And on this side, I'm just going to do more of a beachy, fun, messy type look to give you a bit of an idea how to do both. I'm going to use a few of my favourite tools. The Creative Texture dry spray at the very end, which will help give you lots of body. I always make sure I use my KMS thermal shaping spray. I'll spray that on my hair first, which just helps the curl hold, but also protects my hair from the heat of the styler, which is great. And I've got my amazing Kerastase Can't Live Without La Couture hairspray, which is good for finishing. And my other must-have, Chronologist, which is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful product. It's an oil that I pop in afterwards just to give it some shine. So let's have a bit of fun and see what we can create. This 2-in-1 spray over my whole hair. I need to do this obviously to protect it and to get it to hold the curl. Give it a really good spray all the way through, and then you're ready to style. So I've got a section clip. I'm going to do the Hollywood wave first for you, just to show you. So obviously it's best to take a diagonal section when you're working on hair, because it helps with giving you that beautiful flow when the hair comes off the face. So I'm just going to do the first couple of sections just to show you. Obviously I have my Cloud 9 styler, which is beautiful, protects the hair well, as well as styling, so it doesn't dry the hair out too much. So popping it on a cord here. Sorry about that. So popping it on diagonal, you want to curl the hair away from your face. So simply using a tong to wrap the hair around, going all the way through the ends, holding it there for a few seconds. Don't need to leave it on very long, just enough time to heat up the cuticle of the hair, and then simply just let it drop. Obviously that's going to look pretty curly, but don't stress, because when we go all the way through, you'll see how it works. All around my head, obviously starting at the very front. When you do the back, it's always a lot easier to not look in the mirror, otherwise people will tend to move in the wrong direction because of the mirror. So pop it in and go by feel. So popping your hands in and then wrapping the hair around the tong, working your way down. Careful not to burn your fingers or use a glove. And then simply at the very end, just tuck the ends on, hold it in that vertical position, so that way it can set the hair in the shape that you're after for your curl. If you go vertically, you'll have more of a drop to the curl, where if you go horizontally, you'll have a bit more root lift and a little bit of a different type of wave going through there. So have a play. All of this side, and obviously it looks quite curly, but don't stress because it won't be staying that way. Then I love to grab my hairspray, just give it a really light mist and let that set. It's really important once you've curled your hair to let it set in place, because it will cool down and then it will actually hold a lot better. If we brush it straight out, what you'll find is it will drop really quickly. So if time permits, let it sit there for a little bit and then we'll come back to it. And a little bit so you can see the variation with curl. So this side I'm going to work on doing movement from the root area and then keeping the ends nice and straight, which is really on trend at the moment, and it just helps give the hair a bit more of a relaxed, a bit more beachy, maybe a bit more casual look when you're at home watching Netflix. So let's give it a go. So I'll take my very first section here at the front, and obviously I want it to be quite soft, so I won't go up too high to my scalp. I'm going to work from about chin level down. So still using my Cloud 9 tong, exactly the same size. If you go too big on your tong, you'll find the curl will just drop out way too quickly. So all I'm going to do is simply put my tong in, same idea as before, but I'm leaving the ends out. So wrapping the hair around, leaving my ends straight, so you can see I haven't actually put them through, and then just run your tong down and let it go. I don't know if you can see that, but see how my ends are really straight, but the root areas, so I've got straight, a bit of curl going on here, and then the ends. So I'll just do a couple more sections slow, just so you can see what we're doing again. So once again, you want to take bigger sections when you're doing this too, because you want it to be a bit more relaxed. So once again, having your tong on the vertical, wrapping the hair around, leaving the ends straight, so I haven't put them into the tong, hope you can all see that, and slide the hair down and drop it. And so you can see how it's just really, really nice and endy. So I'll keep going, bouncy and curly. Obviously I've just finished this side, so once again I'll give it a spray with my Kerastase Lacquer. Just give it a little bit of a mist. The difference in the two sides, what you'll see is this is meant to be not thought about too much. So it's a really good technique to do when you're starting to learn how to use a tong. The purpose of a tong is simply to wrap the hair around, hold it in place. If you have a tong with a clamp on it, it is a little bit harder to use at home. So we personally prefer at Cayenne to be using the Cloud9 because it doesn't have the clamp on it, which is a lot easier to use. So that's just the difference in your styling tools. The things that you really need at home, obviously a good tong. Section clips are fantastic because they just help you do a little bit of hair at a time. If you do too much, it's a little bit hard. And obviously a really good tail comb or sectioning comb so you can section up the hair so you know what you're doing. Yep. Okay, so that side's cooled down a little bit. What we're going to do now is just simply brush it through. So I'm just going to grab one of my combs out of my drawer. Okay, so if I just give this a really light comb through, you'll see it just fall into shape really easily. So don't be afraid to give it a bit of a work through and then sort of just loosen it up. Where with this side, when I do the same, you'll see it will fall completely differently. So you can see that, guys? So I've given you a good explanation. So what I'll do now is show you how to dress it. So I like to pop my little bit of chronologist oil in first because this helps give it a little bit of shine. Just about one pump. Don't want to use too much. Rub it really, really well. See through, and then work it through. Do the same on the other side. Massaging your hair at your roots works really well to help loosen the style up a little bit. Finish it. Gold Ball texture, creative texture works awesome. It helps give it a little bit of dirt and grit to the hair. If the hair's too soft, it's hard to manipulate. So you simply just get this cut up and spray it all the way through. And then come back and brush the hair into the shape that you're after. So on this side, I want it to be all connecting. I don't want it to be messy. I want it to be still quite glamorous. So working through to get that to sit the way you want it, guys. This side, I'm wanting to be beachy and fun. So this is when you have a bit of fun with these type of products. Spray it all the way through. Excuse my tummy, it's poking out. You can see the difference in the texture coming through there, guys. Giving you a beautiful glamorous look, something that you probably, put a beautiful big earring in, head out at night time, dress it up a little bit. Where this side, it's just fun, it's moving, it's got life to it, so probably a bit more of a casual look. Love doing this sort of look if I'm going to wear maybe a skirt with some trainers and just sort of play around with that. So yeah, you can definitely customise your look with the one tool. That's just two looks. There's so many more you could do. Guys, obviously you can see on this side, it's just got heaps of texture, heaps of movement. It's just really nice and fun, great for a weekend or a bit of a casual look. And obviously on this side, it's obviously a little bit more of a Hollywood wave, a little bit more glamorous. So perfect for going out at night time. But as you can tell, you can still move the hair a lot and play around. So it's certainly not a structured look either way, whichever way you decide to go with. So hopefully you enjoyed the demonstration and I can bring you some more really soon. Take care. Bye.